Hey guys, I want to put this video together to show how I manage trades. Um, so this is a trade that I was in a few months ago, Peloton trade, and at the time when I got into this trade, I got in here. This was an option trade, so I got into the trade here, right? I'm sorry, I got into the trade on December 15th. It was at 126. You can see the gray candle on the 125, 126. You can see the gray candle on the right. And I was targeting for 5 points, right? So I was targeting for 134. I'm sorry, I was targeting for yeah, I was targeting for 131. But here's what happened to me. I made a decision to stay in the trade, and here's why. Right. So the next day, I got to my candle. I got my goal. So I had a decision to make. Do I take profit or do I stay in the trade? And I made the decision to stay in the trade, and I'm just going to share with you my experience, and you could, something you may want to consider for yourself. So I looked to see, I have my moving averages are my exponential moving averages. And I'm looking and I noticed that the stock finished, it closed here at 134, and my moving average of this date was actually 121. So it was, or 122. It was 12 points above my moving average. The day before it closed at 127, the stock was at 16, was at 19. It was 8 points above my moving average. So the gap in my moving average had started to grow. In addition, my indicators, my squeeze is moving up, my ADX and DMI were moving up, but mainly I like to manage the trade according to the moving average. So I had stacked moving average, and the gap between the close and my moving average was growing. So for me, I said this was strong momentum, and I set a precedent. I set a bar in myself that said, "Hey, it's it's 134, 120, 122, 123, right? If I lose, yeah, I was only willing to lose half of that gap, right? I decided as long as the stock price maintained a healthy position in relationship to my EMA, and I was only willing to accept like a 5 point erosion. If I got a 5 point erosion, it was just time to get out, right? So you could see I'm looking the next day, right? 137, 127, 10 points. I'm still healthy. And then look at how I got rewarded. I wind up catching this move. Look how high it got. 161, right, to 139, 138, right? So this told me it paid off to stay in the trade and manage it versus my EMA. Now, I got out of this candle. I didn't even wait for this. I got out here because this just told me that the buying momentum had started to shift. And you could see I got low buying volume that day, right? So I just wanted to make this short video to just say, you know what, when you're in the trade, it's important to manage it. Now, if I got out back here, that's fine, right? I've taken profit, but there's money on the table, and I don't want to leave it on the table. So learn to manage your stock price versus your moving averages. And when the gap starts to close, that's the time to get in. I'm not holding through things like this when it's below, when it's all jumbled. I wouldn't want to see this kind of movement happen where it crosses below. This was healthy. It's above my short term moving average. And when the gap closed, it's time to get out. Or in this case, I just made the decision to get out. All right. So managing your price action versus your EMAs or your moving average is a great way to manage profit, right? And I could have set a trailing stop to just say, once I see this, one of the things that you can do if you don't have time to watch it like I did, you see that this is nice, put in a trailing stop, right? Because you believe there's more in there, but you're locking in your current profit. Just know that in a trailing stop, if it gaps down, it'll blow through your trailing stop. So you still may want to set an alert. All right. This video is for educational purposes and it's not intended to be used other than for education. You should seek an advisor for to make decisions. Options are very risky. Thank you.